Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Rick Kaplan, and our guest today is Bill Zurich, Regional Sales Director for the Northeast for Yardi. Good afternoon, Bill.
Good afternoon, Rick. Thanks for having me.
Bill, tell us a little bit about Yardi and what you do with Yardi.
My name is Bill Zurich. I'm a Regional Sales Director here in the Northeast for Yardi Systems. Yardi is a software developer developing software exclusively for the real estate industry. Yardi was established back in 1984 and currently employs over 7,000 employees globally. Breeze and Voyager are the two flagship property management platforms. We have over 10,000 clients operating on these two systems. That equates to about or just over 12 million residential units and 12 billion square feet of commercial on the platform. And in addition to residential and commercial, we also offer solutions to help with the management of senior living, affordable housing, public housing, manufactured homes, self-storage, co-working, as well as investment management.
So you're out there dealing with a lot of these companies. Tell us a little bit what you're seeing with some of these companies and their struggles and the pains during this pandemic time.
Sure. The things we're typically hearing as companies dealing with the challenges of working in this socially distanced remote work environment. It's become more of a challenge to manage things such as apartment tours or managing rent payments or vendor invoice processing these days. Companies are looking for ways to automate and to cut down the handling of paper wherever possible. That's what we're hearing mostly.
So now we have a lot of the employees from a lot of these companies, they're working from home. So tell us why or how Yardi platform is working well for them.
Yeah, well, it's all about efficiency, right? And the ability to be efficient while working remote is key. Our property management software stores all client data in the cloud, and it's allowing employees to securely access the system through a web browser on any device, which is key, right? So if you're working mobile, you're able to access the system the same way that you would on a laptop, right? So it's all about being able to be fully functional, and they can be fully functional from anywhere so long as they have internet access.
And now within this digital age, a lot of companies have to go paperless, and they have the ability to go paperless. So how does Yardi help with that?
Well, the real estate industry is still handling a high volume of things such as rent checks. They're still processing paper invoices and printing paper checks for vendor payment, right? So even in places where people are working remote, someone is still going into the office to handle many of these processes. And Yardi tools are letting you do all of those processes, all of those functions electronically. We've seen a lot of success helping clients automate rent collection, invoice processing, and vendor payments. We help clients create a more efficient business model. From a leasing process, our websites allow prospects the ability to go on a virtual tour, to pick a unit, fill out an application, do a background check, even to procure renter's insurance, and then ultimately they're able to electronically sign a leasing process. So we're deploying services that create a completely paperless leasing process. And residents through our websites have the ability to pay their rents via ACH debit or credit. They can submit maintenance requests that maintenance technicians can pick up on their phones. They can even renew their leases electronically through the portal. We have a vendor portal where vendors can actually submit invoices directly into the system and monitor payments. We offer, as I was mentioning before, the service component from an invoice processing perspective so that clients can send their invoices to our processing centers where we'll do the scanning for them and do the frontline data entry so they don't have to deal with the paper, or for that matter, we can even do that from a lockbox perspective. So if they want to send us their rent checks, we can actually supplement the idea of the residents paying electronically through the website via our rent payment processing service as well.
So this is an all-around platform for running your company, pretty much. You know,
Oh
covers the
yeah,
vendors, covers your tenants, you know, so I mean, it's something that you can run your whole company with this software.
100%. And I think one of the things that I've been hearing repeatedly from clients were they were glad that they were in the cloud, that they were glad that they deployed a number of our services, because when things went remote, a lot of those things weren't an issue for a number of our clients as a result. And I guess it's been a blessing for a lot of people as a result to have been with Yardi.
I would also think it speeds up the cash flow somewhat, because they don't have to wait for that paper check if people are they're paying their rent online, or they're getting their leases signed through the internet or through your software.
Yeah, sure. It's certainly creating a more efficient model. We have clients who really push the idea of the websites and using them for the purposes of rent payment. I have a client that comes to mind where 80% of the rent is processed through the website, and it's a part of their lease closing process to try to get folks acclimated to using the portal and paying their rent via the resident portals.
So tell me, how does the software work with a lot of the state regulations that we have?
Yes, well, Yardi does keep up with all regional requirements. For instance, here in New York, we deploy a New York module, which helps in the management and calculation of new leases as well as renewals. And we even also offer functionality within the New York module that allows our clients to automate the rent registration process. And similarly, we provide solutions for other state and local jurisdictions where local regulations are in place. So it's not just New York, it's national, wherever those requirements exist.
You know, it sounds like an all-around great software for anyone to operate their business from.
Yeah, we've, with Breeze, we've developed an intuitive process that we think works anywhere. It's simple, it's intuitive, it operates on any device, and I think works will work effectively for anyone. From a deployment perspective, it's a self-deployment process with Breeze, right? We provide you with online tools and resources that are available 24/7 on demand, so you can define how it is that you want to roll out the software. Plus, Breeze is affordable as well, right? With starting at $1 per unit per month for residential and $2 per unit per month for commercial units. It's quite an affordable solution and provides quite a bit for the money. So there's a lot of functionality being provided by the system to help clients effectively manage their properties.
Well, it's also very efficient for them. You know, they can operate 24/7. No one has to be set in one office, because they can operate this software from anywhere, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. As long as you have internet access, access to a web browser, you can pretty much run the system from anywhere. And so, as I was saying earlier, the remote environment has not adversely affected our clients as a result.
So since this whole pandemic thing, anyone that has had the Yardi system in place, I mean, they had to be so far ahead of the game, because of the fact that you couldn't be in your office. And a lot of people had to work from home. I think this is great.
Yeah. I mean, technology, as I guess we've seen through this, pandemic, has been key. We've seen how it's in, the impact we've seen through the stock market rise from a technology perspective, but technology is key. Our clients have been able to stay efficient. And they've looked to us to further automate things. As I mentioned before, we've seen a lot of folks come to us looking to deploy things such as websites, which interface with the back-end accounting system. Talk to us about automating processes, as I was mentioning earlier, have been a big topic of conversation. Can we send you our rent checks? Can we can we deploy your lockbox services or your invoice processing services, or even for that matter, can you pay our vendors? All services that we provide. So essentially, you never have to be in the office when you're using our platform. We can automate everything from wherever you are.
And and I work with a lot of different people from the commercial real estate industry, a lot of property owners, a lot of developers, construction companies, things, everyone that's sort of connected to property. And I asked them about Yardi. Everyone I know has been using it. So it's got to be popular.
Yeah, well, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I mean, the growth has been amazing as an organization, particularly over the last 10 years. I mean, I don't know what the vision was back in 1984 when the company was first founded, but to be a global organization, right? It's not just a U.S. operation; it's a global operation that manages over 12 million residential units and 12 billion square feet of commercial is quite a statement to what we're able to do for real estate companies.
Before we go, Bill, how would someone get in touch with you if they're interested in using or purchasing the service of Yardi?
Well, probably the best way to go would be to email me, bill.zurich@yardi.com. Otherwise, that would probably be the best.
They can also call me and I'll forward it to you. How's that?
Yeah, exactly.
I really appreciate the opportunity to do this interview. I think this product sounds great. It fits perfect for what everyone needs in this time. And I want to thank you again.
I appreciate you having me. It's been a pleasure, and thanks.
Thank you. Have a pleasant afternoon, Bill.
Yeah, you as well, Rick. Thanks. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching today's interview. If you'd like to be a guest, a sponsor, or even advertise in the New England Real Estate Journal, you'll find our contact information in the description box below. You can also find all our social media platforms so you can follow us, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.